You think they'll love you? You think you'll win them over with your kindness? Think again. You've spent too long trying to play by their rules, dancing around their expectations, thinking you're going to earn their approval. But you're not going to win them over. You never will. And here's the kicker. You'll never be the hero they want you to be. You're not some saint, some shining knight on a white horse. No, you're something much darker. You're the villain. And that's the point, isn't it? They'll hate you. They'll despise you. They'll try to destroy you. And that's when you know you've finally broken through. The moment you stop caring about their opinions, the moment you stop pretending to be what they want you to be, that's the moment you become truly dangerous. That's the moment you free yourself. You think they want you to be nice? No. They want you to be predictable, to be small, to conform. But you're here to break that, to shatter the illusion that anyone at all, has the power to define you. Think about it for a second. Every rule they've placed, every expectation they've drilled into you, it's all designed to keep you in line, designed to keep you quiet. They want you to sit still, to smile, to be good. But you know what? None of that gets you anything worth having. The only thing it gets you is a life of mediocrity, a life where you bend and break for the sake of their comfort. And it's disgusting. You think they'll appreciate your sincerity? They won't. They never will. You think they'll look at your kindness and reward you for it? No. They'll trample on it. The moment you show any weakness, any willingness to serve, they'll turn their back on you. They'll use you up, spit you out, and you'll be left with nothing but your shattered hopes. They'll forget you. They'll forget your efforts. And guess what? They'll do it to the next guy too. But you've been different all along. You've always been the villain in their story, and you've always known it. You've always known that when they told you to sit down and shut up, there was something inside of you, something deep down in your core that told you to stand up, scream, and break the chains. That's the real you, the one that's been hidden behind their fake smiles and shallow praises. And this is where it gets interesting, isn't it? Because the truth is, they hate you for the very thing that makes you unstoppable. They hate you for your strength, for your ability to defy their expectations. But you're not here to be liked. You're not here to fit in. You're here to take over. You're here to tear down everything they've built. Because you know that what they've built is nothing but a lie. A lie designed to keep you weak, to keep you compliant. They want you to be good. They want you to follow the rules, stay in line, and be a cog in their little machine. But let me tell you something. Being good doesn't get you power. Being good doesn't get you control. Being good gets you ignored. You think they'll see your worth? They won't. They'll only see your obedience, your willingness to bend to their will, and they'll exploit it every single time. But power gets you everything. You've seen it, haven't you? You've seen the way they react when you finally stop being what they want you to be. When you finally embrace the villain inside, it terrifies them. It shakes them to their core because they've been trained to believe that only the good guys can win. Only the good guys can be powerful. But that's the biggest lie of all. The real power is in the chaos. The real power is in the unpredictability. The real power is in being the villain. So, why keep playing their game? Why keep playing by their rules? They've taught you to play it safe, haven't they? They've taught you that if you follow the rules, if you stay on the straight and narrow, you'll get the rewards. But look around you. Does that look like success? Does that look like the life you want to live? A life where you play it safe? A life where you're nothing but a pawn in their game? A life where you never take risks and never do anything worth remembering? This is your chance to change the narrative. You've been stuck in the same old cycle, trying to please people who don't care, trying to fit into a world that doesn't acknowledge your dreams. And you're sick of it. You're sick of being told to smile and stay quiet, sick of being told to play the nice guy, sick of pretending like you're fine, when deep down, you know you're wasting away. You've been made to feel small. They want you to shrink into nothingness, so they can feel better about their pathetic lives. But you've got a fire inside you. You've got a storm brewing, and it's time you let it loose. But here's the thing. You won't do it their way. You won't play by their rules. You won't be the good guy. No, you'll be the one who stands up and says, enough. You'll be the one who says, I'm going to do it my way. And when you finally take that step, when you finally let that chaos consume you, you'll realize that it's the only thing that's ever been real. It's the only thing that's ever been worth your time. The thing is, they're terrified of you. They're terrified of the person you could become. They're terrified of the chaos you could unleash. Why? Because they can't control you. They can't manipulate you. They can't push you around. They can't make you fit into their perfect little world. And that's exactly why they'll try to destroy you. Because the moment you stop caring about their opinions, the moment you stop letting them dictate who you are, that's the moment you become a force of nature. And that's the last thing they want. You're not the hero. You never were. You're the villain. And that's the part they'll never understand. They'll never see you coming. They'll never see you for what you truly are. And by the time they realize it, it'll be too late. Because once you embrace your true nature, once you stop pretending to be what they want you to be, you'll realize that the world is yours to take. And they'll never stop you. They'll never be able to catch up. They'll never be able to break you. You will be the force that changes everything. And when they look at you, when they finally see who you've become, they'll try to push you back, to shove you into their little box. But you'll be too strong, too powerful, too unpredictable. And they'll know, deep down, they'll know they've already lost. You think they'll love you? They won't. But they'll fear you. And that's all you need. They'll always tell you there's a right way to do things, a proper path to follow, a line you must walk, a way to be good. But you know what? They're lying, and they know it. Because here's the truth. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to rise above them. They don't want you to outgrow them. They want to keep you down, keep you small, keep you confined in their little box of expectations. But you're not like them. You're not going to let their rules define who you are. You're going to tear everything down. You're going to burn it all to the ground. And when the ashes settle, you'll stand tall, unbroken, unfazed. A force they never saw coming. Why? Because you're not afraid of their judgment. You're not afraid of what they think. You've embraced the villain within you. You've embraced the chaos, the unpredictability, the raw, untamed power that comes with being your true self. You've stopped pretending to be something you're not. And that's when everything changes. The moment you stop trying to please them, the moment you stop trying to play by their rules, you'll realize that the world is yours for the taking. And they'll be powerless to stop you. They'll watch from the sidelines as you rise, as you take what's rightfully yours, as you build your empire from the ashes of their false beliefs. They'll try to tear you down, to break you, but you won't be shattered. You'll stand stronger than ever before. Why? Because you're not afraid of them. You're not afraid of the consequences. You're not afraid to lose their approval. Because you've realized something they'll never understand. You don't need it. You don't need their validation. You don't need their applause. You don't need them at all. What you need is to trust yourself. So, you stand tall. You walk into the storm. And when they try to make you feel small, when they try to pull you down, you remind them of one thing. You are the storm. You've become the villain. And in this world, the villain is the one who wins. They'll try to label you as ruthless, as cold, as dangerous. But you know what? Let them. Because those labels don't mean anything. They're just another way for them to try and keep you in line. Another attempt to force you back into their little box. But you've shattered that box. You've burned it to the ground. They don't see it yet. They don't understand what's happening. But one day, they will. One day, they'll see you standing on top, and they'll realize you were always the one in control. You were always the one who had the power. And it was never about playing by their rules. It was always about breaking free from their prison and creating your own. You are the villain. You are the one who plays the game differently. You're the one who rewrites the rules, who challenges the system, who does what no one else dares to do. And that's what makes you unstoppable. Because while they're busy following the rules, while they're busy trying to play it safe, you're out there taking risks, pushing boundaries, and building your legacy. And when they try to stop you, when they try to silence you, when they try to break you down, you'll remind them of one thing. You can't stop what you can't control. There's something liberating about this, isn't there? To know that you're no longer bound by the expectations of others. To know that you don't need their approval to be successful. To know that the power lies in your hands and that you can shape your future however you choose. The moment you stop seeking validation from others, the moment you stop trying to fit into their mold, that's when you truly become unstoppable. You'll have people who try to tear you down, people who will laugh at your ambition, people who will mock your every move. But here's the thing, they're not laughing at you. They're laughing at themselves because they can't see the greatness in you. They can't see the power you possess. And that's why they'll always be in the background, always trying to pull you back into the shadows, always trying to make you feel small. But you've broken free from their hold. You've embraced the villain, and now you see the world differently. You don't see obstacles, you see opportunities. You don't see failure, you see lessons. You don't see limits, you see potential. And most importantly, you don't see fear, you see power. So when they try to bring you down, when they try to put you back in your place, just remember they can't touch you. They can't take what you've built. They can't destroy what you've become. Because what you've become is more powerful than anything they could ever imagine. The world is full of people who will try to box you in, who will try to tell you who you should be, what you should do, how you should live. But you've learned that the only box you belong in is the one you create for yourself. You've learned that the only rules that matter are the ones you set for your own life. And that's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you the villain who will leave them speechless. They'll never see it coming. They'll never understand how you did it, how you took their hate, their judgment, their criticism, and turned it into fuel to power your ascent. They'll never understand how you rose above them, how you built your empire while they were stuck, playing it safe. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The beauty of being the villain is that they'll never understand how you got to the top. They'll never understand how you turned their attempts to tear you down into the very thing that made you unstoppable. And as they watch from the sidelines, as they see you take what's yours, as they see you rise to heights they could never reach, they'll realize something too late. They'll realize that the villain was the one who always had the power. The villain was the one who always held the keys to their own fate. And that's when the real tragedy happens. For them, not for you. Because while they were busy trying to be the hero, busy trying to be the good guy, you were already writing your own story. And your story doesn't have a happy ending. It has a victorious one. One where you stand tall and proud, knowing that you played by your own rules. Knowing that you never let them control you. And knowing that no matter how much they hate you, no matter how hard they try to break you, you will always be the one who won. You're the villain. And the villain always wins. So let them hate you. Let them judge you. Let them try to tear you down. It doesn't matter. Because in the end, when all is said and done, they'll be left in the dust. And you'll be standing tall, watching them crumble. And you'll know one thing for sure. You were always the one who had the power. And that, my friend, is how you leave them speechless, forever.